In Africa today, something big is changing. The world wants us to believe that democracy is the only way. But tell me, what kind of democracy keeps a 92-year-old man in power for over 40 years while young people struggle to eat? From Cameroon to Côte d'Ivoire, democracy has become a game for the powerful. But in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Niger, new voices are rising with uniforms, not ballot boxes. Just this week, Nigeria invited Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso, the three military-led countries that left ECOWAS, to attend the 2025 West Africa Economic Summit in Abuja. This is not a mistake. It's a signal. Africa is tired of empty democracy and ready for results. These countries are no longer waiting for the West to approve them. They are fixing their own house with African hands. Let's be honest. In many parts of Africa, democracy has failed us. Democracy kept Paul Biya in power for 43 years, Obiang for 46 years, and Alassane Ouattara for a controversial third term. Is that democracy? Or dictatorship in disguise? When soldiers took over in Burkina Faso, people danced in the streets. Why? Because the so-called democratic leaders weren't solving problems. Terrorists controlled the roads. Schools were closed. Farmers were afraid to farm. Then came Captain Ibrahim Traoré.
Young, brave.
He armed community defense groups, reclaimed highways, and cut down government waste. That's why people support him. Not because he's wearing uniform, but because he's working. When ECOWAS imposed sanctions on these countries, what happened? Prices of fuel and food went up. Borders were shut. The poor suffered. But now Nigeria, the same Nigeria that once backed the sanctions, is saying, let's talk. Let's trade. Let's move forward. And maybe that's the smart move. Because West Africa needs results, not just rituals. We're not saying all military leaders are saints. But we must ask, who is building roads? Who is fixing schools? Who is protecting the people? That is what leadership should be. Uniform or no uniform. Africa must define its own democracy. If it works for the people, it's legitimate. Nigeria's invitation to Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso is a step in the right direction. Not because we support coups, but because we support progress. The West should not choose our path. Our people should. Whether it's a general or a gentleman, Africa must move forward. With dignity, with justice, and with African solutions. In the end, leadership is not about elections. It's about service. And in this new chapter, Africa is rewriting the rules.